Hello everyone. So this I was going to do on my next From Anxiety to Now video, but it was going to be like the first 5 minutes or so, but there's too much that I need to do, so I'm going to make it a video in its own right. So these type of videos where there's no script or anything that I've written down to rehearse, this is actually, sorry. This is actually a lot easier for me, and literally the only editing that I need to do is just shave the first few seconds and last couple of seconds, and put the logo at the start and back, so I can put this up pretty quick. By the time this is up, it's probably about 10-15 minutes after I've actually recorded it. So anyway, all I wanted to do was to let you know why I'm doing this properly, and I'm hoping that you guys are still watching this. Although that being said, these videos, the From Anxiety to Now, I'm not really bothered if it gets viewership, whether it gets likes, gain subscribers or anything like that. This is just something for me to get out, and it's just to get everything in my life and make some sort of sense out of it, to refer back to, and yeah, it's just for me, a way for me to lay it all on the table and just, analyze and do whatever I need to with it, so it's like all there, because God knows in about 40-50 years time, I'm probably not going to remember any of this, but yeah, mostly it's for me. The byproducts of that, whether it be whether I intend to or not, is if there are others that get something out of it, like there might be kids, not kids as in small kids, I mean like teenagers, early 20s or whatever. I mean, I'm 36, I call 20-year-old kids now. When the hell did that happen? So I just wanted to share my journey, and if anyone else finds anything that I've said and relates to it, at least they have the comfort of knowing that they're not the only people to go through anything like this. Because I get it. When you're young, or to be honest, actually no, that's unfair to say, the age doesn't matter. The point is, when you're that deep down the rabbit hole and you can't really see beyond your own problems, which is so easy to get into and such an easy mindset to get into, that the whole world is like, no one understands this, no one understands what I'm going through, I'm the only person who's ever had to deal with a specific situation. Now, the setting and people involved are usually going to be different. Everyone's different, but the basics of the situation probably isn't that uncommon. And okay, I'm still in a place where I still am anxious about certain things, which I'll get into in my videos, but I'm nowhere near what I used to be. And all I can say is the advice that the professionals give you. Now, I'm under sertraline as well. That's a new thing. I think I started that about 6 months ago, I think. Bit iffy on the timeline, but it really, really has helped. And used to be the kind of person who, never ever going to resort to medication through this. I don't want to get addicted or anything like that, but it's really okay. The camera might have changed position a little bit. That's because it kind of fell over and I've had to cut this, so you might have felt a bit of yeah. Anyway, where was I? So yeah, things like that. And you know, if you're looking at it in other countries, I'm not sure what you have, but in England we have something called Healthy Minds. And for younger people, 20 years or under, 21 years or under, sorry, forward thinking, a bit of free advertising there. Um, Places like that, it's worth going to. Really does help. Might take a while to get on a list and be seen or whatever else, especially with at these times with the pandemic, which shall not be named. Um, you know, reading books, watching YouTube videos of advice on changing your mindset and trying to view things differently, and all the tips and tricks. Now, you think, oh, I'll try that. 5 minutes later, can't be bothered. And, you know, I'm such a point in the situation where I don't feel that any of these would work, especially when it comes to other people, because it's not me that needs to change, it's them. And yeah, I've gone through my whole life thinking that. And okay, yeah, a lot of it, yeah, there's a lot that doesn't work, but that's again because everyone's different. But the basic messages that people are out, like neuro linguistic programming and stuff, um, changing your mindset, eating healthier, exercising. You wouldn't have thought it would work, but it does. I'm not exactly fit myself, but it's another thing that I'm considering in my life because something needs to change. And look, one of the things about trying to get out of this between a rock and a hard place you might be in is that one thing you might need to start doing is being a bit open-minded. It is too easy to stay in, it's too easy to maintain the status quo, and it is a vicious cycle, and it takes a lot. It's near freaking impossible. The main reason why I changed my mindset is because of my wife. Now, I know not everyone has a loved one or has a partner who is good enough to help you through this kind of stuff, which is where the professionals come into it. But my advice is, if you can't get through things yourself, seek out someone who can help you. It doesn't have to be paid for. It doesn't have to be like a therapist that you pay £100 an hour. You just need to seek out someone. And if you're anything like me, the hardest part of it is to start. And I'll tell you what my karate instructor told me many moons ago. Sorry, many years, many moons is something he'd say. The hardest thing about coming to one of your lessons, about anything even, but in this case the karate lessons, the hardest thing to do is to get there, to physically get off your backside, get on a bus, in a car, start walking, and actually get there. Because then the only thing that you gotta do then is to work. And it's true in every part of your life. The hardest thing is that first step. But after that first one, all you need to do then is take your second and your third and your fourth and so on. But unless you actually get started, you're not going to get anywhere. Take it from me, who's been there and is still there to an extent. Okay? But if you do feel that you want to leave anything in the comments about my journey, I'm still going to go through a lot of stuff, but if there's still anything that you would like to know that you would possibly help out yourself. Now, just a disclaimer about that, I am not a health professional, I am not a therapist, I'm not medical in any kind of way. This is just something that, this is all coming from someone who has anxiety and to a certain extent depression, and he's trying to work his way through it himself. All I'm saying is that there are tips that have helped me, sorry, and I'm hoping it can help you. Now, that's one thing that is a byproduct of this video, or sorry, this playlist. The other thing is that if anyone wants to know the reason I am the way I am, I'm going to be using this as a reference where I can say, okay, I'll send you a link to this. If you want to dive into my life, this is fine. But it's a way of explaining that, look, the thing is about people with anxiety and depression is that you don't always think. I mean, you might be completely lucid and the wisest person on earth, but when that anxiety hits you and you freeze and you don't know what to do, you do the stupidest stuff. You really do. And as much as people without it, but everyone has anxiety to some extent. Might be the smallest extent, but they have it. They say you might have a choice, but there are times that you don't. There are times that you panic and you're not grounded anymore and you just do stupid stuff. Like send stupid messages to people, or do stuff that is completely out of character, or do stuff like betray people. Those that are in your friendship, family, loved ones, and your work colleagues, who might all be the same thing, and you might betray them, but it might be not necessarily because someone's giving you advice not to and you don't follow it and you think, oh fuck, I can't be arsed with that. It's not the case at all. Like if you rat someone out, or you tell them to F off or whatever, or even though they may have told you that you can say literally anything to them at all and it's fine, but then you go behind the back and because you just physically can't face it. That's not because you're a bad person, and again, let me know in the comments below if you've done that and you haven't really had the control. Sometimes that's not the choice. Sometimes you don't have a choice. Sometimes it is all in here, but because the anxiety gets you that bad, that it takes over, and before you know it, you've done something that you are going to regret. There's no excuse for it, but what I'm saying is there are reasons for it, which is not the same as an excuse. Anyway, I've rambled on. So at the point that people are probably watching this video, I did say that I was going to do my Friday Night Heights review video, the Friday just gone. I'm just not happy with the work I did, so I'm still refining that and there's going to be a lot more added to it, but it's going to be my best work yet. Without ego, my best work. I just don't want to put videos out there just for the sake of putting a video out. I want to do it right, and I'd rather have the quantity, I would rather have the quality over the quantity. Because it's not just about me getting viewerships or likes or subscribers to that. It's also about the content that I'm bringing out to you, and at the end of the day, it's you who matters too. Okay, so that's all I'm going to say for now. And as in all my videos, apart from maybe this playlist, in all the videos that I'm making at the moment, all I'm going to say is, at the end of the day, it gets dark.